Welcome back to a special edition of Tucker Carlson Tonight, Inside the Issues. Hollywood is a liberal place, but not on every single issue. Jon Voight and Nick Loeb are producing a movie that will explore the real history of the 1973 Roe v. Wade abortion decision. We talked to Nick Loeb about his movie. Here it is. I've never seen anybody attempt to do anything like this in Hollywood. I just want to make sure I know that I'm correct about what you're trying to do. Tell me.
Well, we're actually trying to make the real untold story of Roe v. Wade, a movie, not a documentary, no different than if you saw Oliver Stone's JFK, and tell the story of actually what happened from 1966 through 1973 through the characters that drove this through the Supreme Court.
So if you try to make a film that doesn't celebrate that Supreme Court decision as a watermark in the advancement of the human race, I think you're going to run into some trouble, don't you think?
Well, Tucker, I've already run into some problems. So, we had a lot of difficulty raising the money in Hollywood, so we decided to do a crowdfunder. We created a crowdfund site called RoeVWadeMovie.com, and we launched on Facebook to try to raise money, and even Facebook tried to shut us down. And, we talk about essentially the story of the film, of what happens and how the media was manipulated by some of the characters like Dr. Bernard Nathanson and Larry Lader and Betty Friedan, and how they were lied to about back alley abortions and about how many women were dying, and they made up fake numbers for the media to have fake news back then to push their agenda. And a lot of the truth that we talk about in the film, a lot of people don't want that truth to come out.
Tell us what Facebook did. On what grounds would they try and shut that down? What was their excuse?
Their excuse, they said we were spamming. So, we had to set up a separate crowdfunding site, RoeVWadeMovie.com, but then utilize Facebook to promote it. And Facebook is one of the only platforms out there to be able to promote a crowdfunding site. And they stopped us from sharing. I couldn't send out our crowdfunding site to my friends or family. People who liked the site couldn't share it. Dr. Alveda King, who came on as executive producer, was also blocked from sharing it. And so these are the struggles we've had. They've now lifted that block, but now they've created we call a shadow ban, which I'm learning new terms here, where when we post what we want to promote, it doesn't even show up in the feeds of the people that follow us or our friends, the people we like. We even bought and paid for advertising, and they blocked us from sharing paid advertising. So it's been a struggle to get people to go to RoeVWadeMovie.com to support the film.
Yeah, you picked the one subject on which no debate is allowed. Really quickly, why did you want to make a movie like this?
Well, interestingly enough, Tucker, I was working on a movie about a year and a half ago, and I have my own pro-life fight going on for life. And the director had read about an article I had written in the New York Times, and he approached me and said, do you want to read the script I've written, Roe v. Wade? I said, no one's really made this movie. And he said, well, there was a made-for-TV movie in '89, but it doesn't really lay out the truth and the facts. And he gave this to me, and I read it. And I was really shocked. Everyone in America has heard of Roe v. Wade, but no one really knows the true story of what led up to that. And I then went on to read about 40 different books and the bios of everyone from Norma McCorvey, who's Jane Roe, who converted to become pro-life, Sarah Weddington, the lawyer, Margaret Sanger, and found a fascinating conspiracy story. One fact, for example, I don't know if you know, 2 of the Supreme Court justices in the case had family members working for Planned Parenthood at the time.
No, I didn't know that. But I'm going to watch this movie and learn more. And I have to say, given the context here, a Hollywood filmmaker trying to make this movie, you are a legitimately brave man.
Thank you, Tucker.
Thank you. We'll be watching.